Stefan Hajkowicz, welcome to the Spectator for a start.
Thank you very much.
Now, in your session, I was going to ask you a question, but ran out of time. And yes. I suppose the question would have been, it's very interesting, we talked about the ageing of the population, or you did, and the pressures that that's putting on health budgets and so on. But a lot of the health budget is designed to make us live longer. So the world is, Australia included, the world is spending colossal amounts of money to extend our life. And at the same time, it's putting immense pressure on governments everywhere. So how does that get resolved?
That's right. It's one of the big challenges we face. So we're 13% over 65 currently, and that will get to close to 24-25% by the year 2050, which is quite a profound shift in our demographic makeup. But we're also living longer as we have technologies such as regenerative medicine, which is able to extend human life. And I think we are moving into a future where human life moves into the hundreds because of medical breakthroughs, that it does create these dilemmas, one of which is a retirement savings gap, which is in the vicinity of about $1 trillion for Australia in terms of our shortfall for a comfortable retirement, if you project us all.
You mean that our current retirement pool is 1.5 trillion?
Yeah.
Are you saying
to have a comfortable retirement, we need another 1 trillion. That's right. Rice Warner Actuaries put out a report which made that estimate, and that gap has been increasing over time. And as that's
so we're falling behind.
We are falling behind, and it means that we are likely to see retirement get pushed back later in life because of productivity issues for the Australian workforce. The more of us who are in retirement means a smaller workforce kind of making the goods the economy needs. Therefore, I think we see retirement pushed back later in life. It may not even exist as a concept into the future. We're likely to see what I think are called tapered retirement models, where you don't just stop when you're 55 or 60, but you scale back and change your duties into maybe more of a mentorship role or something else. When we wrote our report, Our Future World, about the ageing population, we started out by saying the ageing population is an asset, because we think that's where the focus needs to go in terms of unlocking this potentially productive part of the Australian economy. Finding the right models to make it work is the crucial bit for ensuring productivity growth. We don't want a future where we're all kind of working to the bone up until the time we die. We want the right sort of models that work well.
The thing about retirement savings,
yeah,
and the gap that you talk about,
right,
is that although we look at it as a pool and you talk about it as a pool,
yeah,
and it's $1 trillion short,
yeah,
it's actually a whole series of individual situations.
Right.
It's your retirement. Yeah. Have you got enough for retirement?
Yeah.
Right? And so the question is, what can each person? I mean, the fact is that if you don't have enough for retirement, you're just going to have to keep working, right?
Yeah, I think so. So my strategy is to get in a job I like, which is pretty close to what I'm doing, and continue doing it close to the end. Maybe scaling back and changing.
How much trouble we're in for?
Pretty much. That's my whole career, is to tell everyone else how much trouble you're in. We had a little couple of positive messages hidden in there too, but I think that the reading I've done and the data I've seen shows that mental and physical health is often better later in life when you have some connection to the workforce in the right way. Okay, not a job that is difficult or boring or repetitive or isn't enjoyable, but if you're in the right sort of job as you get older that is suited to an older person, then you get better mental and physical health because you're included in society and you're actively contributing. The surveys I've seen show that older people, especially older males, want a greater level of connection to the workforce than they currently have. So it puts this whole focus onto employers to search for the right sorts of models that can continue to engage people later in life. There are many win-wins if we can make those models work, and I'm not sure that they're all there that much yet.
You talked about your 6 megatrends.
Yes.
As being like the formation of a cyclone.
Right.
Or at least your boss did, I think.
Yes.
And because he was a meteorologist. And,
yes.
and the thing about cyclones that strikes me is that, yes, you see them forming and
yes,
you're not quite sure what shape it's going to take or when it's going to happen.
Right.
The thing about cyclones is you can't do anything about it. Like, it's going to be what it is.
That's right, and I see global change being very much like that. The ageing population, the rise of wealth in Asia, the changes in global commodity markets, biodiversity, resource scarcity, these things are coming and we can't totally change them, but we can adapt and shift. So I think the analogy is a powerful one. My one is, imagine, we're here at the Whitsundays and imagine a yacht sailing across the passage, and it's been blown along by these incredibly strong commodity prices that we've had over the last decade. So the yacht is analogous to the Australian economy. However, those strong winds of commodity prices have become a gentle breeze, or gentler to what they were. and they're not as high. And the yacht is now floundering a bit, wondering about how to go, and we need to quickly reset the sails, reset the direction. The tides have changed to get the same momentum up in the Australian economy as we had previously. So we're at this point of change, and that requires a lot of intelligence and thinking. And at CSIRO Futures, we're trying, along with a lot of others, to do the weather forecast. What is ahead? What might it look like? To put the hands into the information of the skipper, who needs to make some difficult choices about what direction to take, how to trim the sails and keep the boat moving.
Thanks for talking to us, Stefan.
Absolute pleasure.